Alright everyone, time to take a look at the final episode of the day, which is Drunk on Tofu. A tofu salesman is driving through town selling his homemade wares but is ignored. When he returns to the Samaya tofu shop, his wife asks why he isn't able to sell the tofu, but he doesn't know why, as people sailing through objects into their windows, saying their tofu is terrible, breaking them before he chases them off. At Kazu's salon, Machiko, the daughter of the tofu sellers, hurries to visit Kazu before he goes to pick up some tofu himself, declaring it's delicious and he can eat it all day and never get tired of it. Machiko states there's a problem in that the shop may soon be destroyed, making Kazu wonder why, as a strange drunk crowd emerge, following a suited man juggling sake bottles as they sing about quitting their company. Machiko notices one of the patrons is their father. As the drunk crowd rush into traffic, the suited man kicks the car away as he leaves, and Machiko goes to check her father. Kazu chases the strange man and runs on top of him, stating he realizes he's a gourmet. The man changing into a gourmet minion tofu hermit. Kazu asks what he's up to, but the gourmet minion realizes he uses drunken fist before entering into himself and charging, the two fighting each other before a tofu hermit tosses Kazu aside, forcing him to change to the Kirin Ranger. The two continue to fight with drunken fists before Kazu is thrown aside and the monster vanishes, stating they'll meet again. At the tofu shop, the master is made to rest as his wife states this is what happens when you drink all day and why the shop is being attacked. Yet the master states today is the only day he drinks sake. As Kazu asks what happened, the lord says that those who attacked the tofu shop are working for a rival shop. They surround him while blowing their horns and making him suddenly drunk. Machiko states she can't forgive those who attack their shop, and she'll find them and pay them back for what they've done before running away from Kazu and her parents. Elsewhere, a group of mothers appear to be likewise drunk, stating rebellious things while feeding each other tofu. Machiko appears to them and asking why they're harassing their shop, but the male tormentors reveal themselves to be called Podoros, who surround her while on bicycles. Forcing Kazu to rescue her and telling Machiko to run away from the crowds, soon being followed by Daigo and Shoji. Without warning, Tofu Herman appears before the two Dai Rangers, drinking down alcohol. He uses to breathe fire against the two before stating he'll cool them down. Blowing a horn filled with sake that covers Daigo and Shoji until they become plastered, laughing and living it up, making them drunk and disorderly. As Kazu checks on them, Tofu Herman states that they can't fight at any time before vanishing, leaving Kazu to fend for himself. At Daimager headquarters, Daigo and Shoji continue to act foolishly drunk as Kaku yells at them for losing to a gourmet minion due to being naive. Ryuren are rushing to hear about the attack as Kazu states he can't forgive Tofu Hermit for his actions as a fellow drunken fist fighter and that he will use Kirin style to defeat it. Kazu tracks Tofu Hermit who is relaxing, drinking, and eating boiled tofu. He challenges it, and the gourmet minion challenges the Dairanger to a drinking contest, which Nafri can't refuse, or else the girl will face my wrath. Rebelling Machiko captured with the massive block of gourmet tofu above her, realizing it as it breaks several cement blocks beneath it. As Kazu shows how appalled he is, Tofu states that by doing the challenge, he'll save Machiko's life, and he will even destroy himself. Wonder what Kazu will do. Further being tormented by Shadam, who declares that humans are happy when they drink, and sad when they drink, making their brains deteriorate to become like sloths, thus preventing the gourmet's own destruction of them by this method. Kazu states he won't allow this to happen, making him accept the challenge as the gourmet general disappears. Happy that the challenge is accepted, Tofu Herman has Kapotoros bring a table and a large sake cup that they prepare to fill with a vase filled with sake. At the Dairager's base, Ryo has served Daigo and Shoji down, trying to get them stop lying around and do something. Dragging them to a bathtub to soak their heads in water and wake them up, Rin brings in coffee to make them drink. Tofu distributes the sake, saying that it's 90% proof Gourmet Rachu made of sweet bugs and poisonous plants fermented for 3,000 years. Declaring the start of the challenge, Gourmet drinks the sake down, declaring it delicious and refreshing, but making him drink drunk already, as Cousin notes, saying there's not enough alcohol for both of them, and he refuses to compete against him and leaving. Tofu tries to stop him, but asks for more sake, which he declares will be Kazu's and a one-of-a-kind deal. The divers take the Rauchu as it pours out and is pushed by Tofu Herman to chug it down with a Capotoro's support as they blow their horns. Finishing the drink, Tofu Herman declares Kazu amazing for doing it despite being enemies. But it knocks Kyo Ranger down saying he can't drink anymore, and with Tofu Herman state, this makes him win the match. Prepared to chop Kazu into Tofu with a cleaver. The Damager catches the blade and knocks the Gorman minion away, making Tofu Herman declare to the Capotoros to attack, but his mates instead turn on each other before the two hit him, revealing them as Shoji and Daigo. Kazu reveals that he switched drinks before the match and only drank water. Daigo and Shoji were able to get away with it due to Tofu Herman being drunk since midday to not notice what happened. Though Kazu admits that Shoji shouldn't be joking about the Gorman minions drinking. Angered, Tofu Herman orders Machiko thrown down and the tofu block dropped on top of her, turning his head since he can't watch. But Ranger has broken in two with Hoenn Ranger saving the girl, shocking the Gorman minion. Kazu and the Dry Rangers transform, Tofu Herman claiming they should be making spectacles of themselves as they fight off with the Capotoros with their weapons. Kazu charges Tofu Herman, striking him with opposing kicks by using Kirin-style drunken fist to fight the Gorman minion. Tofu Herman tries to use the chilled Tofu side slash, then the bow Tofu overhead slash slashing Kirin Ranger before he reveals the Kirin gourd, which he swings around before releasing the gourd, making Tofu Herman drink from it over and over. Kazu reveals it's the Kirin Ranger terribly special key power sake. The gourmet states it's delicious, but it starts to take effect, making Tofu Herman buzzed and drowsy, making him supremely drunk, allowing Kirin Ranger to use a terrible hangover headache fist, which takes advantage of an opponent's drunk state, allowing for them to be attacked. Kazu hitting him over and over in the inebriated state before using the Kirin-style headache fist full thrust, forming huge gauntlets on his hands that he punches Tofu Herman away with. The Gorman minion feels pain in his head before using the archman bomb to grow and become sober, making the Dire Ranger summon Daireno. Kazumina summons the great King Sword, but Tofu Herman breathes fire to knock out her hand, attacking the Mecha with its own weapon. Kira Ranger Celia announced the key Kong shot, shocking the Gorman minion with her sword, returning it to them to perform the Raging Hurricane Wave's finisher as the trumpet blows one last time. Later, Michiko's father once again returns to selling tofu with his daughter as the Rangers help as Kazu returns to chowing down on his favorite homemade tofu. Nice. So let's take a look at a note from this episode. Tofu Herman's human form resembles the actor Charlie Chaplin. Nice. So I think it's a pretty interesting and unique episode, and yeah, let's just say this episode sort of kind of handles the dangers of getting drunk and stuff, but not really in a way that it's like, kind of like heading over head with it, like, hey, don't drink alcohol, it's bad, and stuff like that. So yeah. So overall, I give Drunk on Tofu 3 Megazords out of 5. But anyway, tune in as we take the next episode, Kabuki Boy. So until then, in the words of Zordon, may the power protect you.